We are live. Going live this one. That's fast. I pressed the wrong button and we're live. Big surprise. I was not ready for that. Sorry, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for watching. I needed like 1 more minute to get the mic ready. It's right in front of me, but I accidentally hit the live button. That's why you need stream runners, guys. The host never knows what buttons to press. It's unbelievable. So anyway, thanks for coming in. Oh, I was out of my mind for about, what, 10, 20 seconds? Unbelievable. All right, let's do a sound check. Let's move off of that. Do the sound check. Let's do a sound check. Let's move off of that. All right, it is what it is. I don't know. Fix some buttons here. I still haven't learned how to do this. All right, and ask a question, guys. Sorting fact from fiction. Daniel Barry's here. Awesome. Thanks for stopping in. We're just getting started, guys. So with this format, I give the appearance that we're not live yet when we're live. I was like totally surprised myself when it said you are live. And I'm like, wait a minute, not quite ready. Give me a few more seconds. Nobody's here, but if they watch the replay, they'll see it, or if they wind back. I got my coffee. I know I haven't been live for a while. I don't even have lights on. It's like when I'm started, I'm not. It's almost time to change that light. It's flickering. What's going on here? No, I'm going to call the wife. I got lights here somewhere. Where are they? I think they're back there on the counter. We need more light here. It's sunny out, but there's a lot of shade in here. Anyway, if you ask me a question, we'll sort fact from fiction, guys. It's not necessarily a trivia show. There's things going on in the news that, however you talk about it, there's fact and fiction in the news. The television news is doing it, and all networks are across the West, and many in the West. That includes Western Europe also, and parts of South America. There's fictitious news, or what they do is they stick lies or they omit truth in strategic spots, and then there's a narrative that isn't true. Thanks for hanging out. Daniel Berry and Daniel Channel are here. They're not the same person. I never thought they were the same, but you know, some people don't know. So I get, wait a minute. That's weird. 24 comments. So, no, that's going to be from a previous. Let me refresh that. Let's see what it says. I had my cream-colored Dior shirt on the last live stream, and then this is the same color too, but it's a totally different shirt. I never know. When my laundry person puts my things on the left, I have no idea what's going on. And if you're a laundry person, or if you do laundry, you know that laundry gets sorted by colors, you know, and so all the cream shirts and oranges and yellows, they all get in one section, then the whites, and then the blacks. So when I look in the closet, it's white, it's black, it's red, there's not very many red. And then there's cream colors and greens and blues. It's like, imagine if I wore like for 7 days of cream color and then 7 days of black color. You know, that would be weird. I can't do that. Joel's Choice, what's going on? I don't know what I'm talking about today. It's been a busy week. That's why I haven't been live. YouTube screwed up one of my live streams. They turned it into a 10 and a half minute ending. It was like, I don't know what happened to that. But there was over 1,000 views. It was a very pesky lively live stream. There was a lot going on there, and we lost it. But the funny thing is, they said I get to keep the number of views. So we're closer to 4 million views now, lifetime. Joel's Choice. What do you got for me? We'll sort fact from fiction. Now I'm talking about television news. Whatever you hear on TV, we can sort that out. I guess what they've done now, their strategy is to tell you that anything you hear online is probably not true, and that like YouTube. Finally, I never noticed it before, but finally they stuck one of those info boxes under my video, the last live stream about the Bohemian Club, which I don't remember specifically talking about them, but I was talking about groups, secret groups and stuff like that. But not to say they're doing anything specific other than they're the powers that do things to make us do what they want. Beast of Desert is here. Awesome. Beast, I need your help. I need your input to get me started anyway. You don't, not necessarily to help me run the show, but just to give me some material to work on. The television news, they strategically either omit, there's a lot of omission of truth, and then that is available that they don't do, and then they hide around it, and then they create they create narratives, and then they go long periods of time with that. Remember when everything was politically correct, and now it's woke? I need a new light bulb up there. It's like on, but it's like dim. I gotta fix that. It's not enough light. I don't know if I can reach that far. My bulbs are in the back, so I didn't check that at first, and I knew that was on the way out, but it was working. I miss you too. I miss everybody that doesn't. Somebody that was in our live streams a lot back when we had the collaboration. She was in South Korea, and she was always like messaging back and forth. She came up a couple times on the panel, and she changed her name a few times too. It was Anne's exclusive, but then it became Pranay in South Korea, and I went to get my driver license on the 13th, and at the LTO, Land Transportation Office, in a huge place, it's spread out around, it covers the area. So she said she saw me, and she didn't say anything. It's like, okay, you knew I was there, so that proves that you were there. And I did notice one or two. It's a very crowded place, so I noticed a couple of Korean women, and I thought, is that? I didn't really think that I knew her, but I do remember seeing that, and I thought, now thinking back, was that which one of those was her? I don't know. So I guess she's shy, or saw me across the room. I'm not sure, but she knew it was me. She knew it was me. That beast. That makes me famous. So how am I bright enough? Is there enough light here? I gotta switch that bulb. I don't feel like taking the time out. Norma, if you're watching, she might not even know I'm live. She does live. She does reels, and they're always on. They're always live or on someone else's panel. They have like a circle of, and they take turns with panels, and they all go on. And they don't really. They're not really talking about anything in particular. It's just, they use badges and stuff like that, badges and hearts and all that, and it's weird. It's like watching a pinball game. Ding, 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 bells and whistles, ding, 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 bloop, 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 ding, 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 and then someone will press that laugh button. I don't know where that comes from. The electronic snicker. It's like weird. It's very famous here in the Philippines. I have lots of homework, but I don't want to do my homework. Then don't do it. Homework? Are you in school? I had homework. I had to study I didn't know I was going to take a driver test, like the theoretical test. I don't know any of the language of the Philippines. I mean, I know words and stuff, but terminology is different here. So it was a little bit strange to me. So they asked the weirdest questions, and it's just very weird. So I studied up, and then the test was still like weird. Finally, I passed it the next day with flying colors. I thought I was going to fail again, but then I got a 90. It's just so weird, very weird. The only test I ever failed was an internal audit because it was a surprise. We didn't know we were going to get audited. We didn't even know what to expect. It's like they didn't tell us. They just showed up and said, "Okay, we're going to audit you." It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, because we need you to fail. We need to say that everyone's failing. It's like so political. It's unbelievable. Then when they set you up to pass, you get like a 97, and then they say, "Well, you need to be perfect." It's like it's not 100. So then I finally got 100, and it's like, okay, it can be done. And everyone else was pissed off. What do you mean someone got 100? It's like we're a centralized hotel is centralized and decentralized, and we're centralized, and but they showed up and said we're going to give you the decentralized audit. Why? It's just like weird because they want you to fail. They want to be able to say you failed. You're not doing well. There's always something that someone's not doing well enough. That's accounting and HR for you. It's hard to cover both. You can only pass one. When I know I'm going to pass accounting, they give me an HR audit. When I know I'm up to speed with HR, here comes another accounting audit. It's unbelievable. It's harder to be decentralized because you get fewer people to do everything. So, homework is for teachers only. Yeah, students don't give a crap about homework. And the good students, it's easy for them. They just give you their standard paper. It takes no time for a good student to do their homework. And then the teacher has 30 assignments to look over. Beast of Desert, you're a teacher? Sucks to be you. Yads is a teacher also, but she doesn't really say too much one way or the other. Joel's Trace is here. Beast of Desert here. It's okay. We got a few people coming in. Thanks, guys. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I gotta get some light on the subject. I need a step ladder too. Honey, are you watching? I can't message her because my phone is the camera. We're using the iPhone 14 as a camera here, guys. I need light. I'm like stuck. There's a little light. I don't know. We need more light to get a better picture, though. Or else we're not going to get a lot of viewers. I'm not a student, a lazy student. Hey, M&J. M&J's here. Awesome. Yeah, M&J, where are you in the subscriber count? Let me go over there and see here. I'll go to channel. We're not doing too much growing. You can feel free to grow and drop your link and stuff, guys, but we're not really doing too much of that. So you got 1,000 subscribers, 700. Just keep making videos. Do the You can't get coins. I don't know. I don't know everything about old coins. I don't know how many of them can be attracted to a magnet, but I would continue the magnet fishing. I would go to some local towns, places where there are bridges and junctions and stuff like that, and check out their river areas and see what you can find. That's what I would do because I find that fascinating. The magnet fishing is fascinating. Never mind breaking through the ice. I know it's February. J Mike, did you already subscribe to me? Let's check that out and find out. Sometimes I think of it, and sometimes I'm just like not clicking. I will go. I will go. But you really need subscribers. Don't watch videos. You really need people to watch videos, and there's only one way to do that. You need videos. So I am subscribed to you, but you need videos. There's no two ways about that. And I would switch that picture. I would now. Not everyone puts their picture on YouTube, but I wouldn't put a lion. I would or a beast or anything like that because some people can take that as ungodly or too godly. What I would do, I make no. There's no secret. I'm trying to be a better godly man, but I don't want to shove it in everyone's face. Not in the way that people reject. So some people will reject whatever you give them. But I would, if you have a niche, then the photo can be about your niche. Like I do lots and lots. Columbia fans here, awesome, good to see you. Beast of Desert. Right now, I'm featuring jeepneys. Someone said he's the jeepney king, and I went, well, I'm not going to call myself the jeepney king because I'm still only averaging like a little under 3,000 views per video. It really is. If you take my total number of videos divided by my views, you'll get in the 2000s. Closer to, I think it's closer to. Well, it might be. It might be. I forget what the number is, but it's well over 2,000. So, and that's my average video, including live streams, all videos, live streams, regular length videos, and shorts. And there's a lot of jeepney videos in there, but not all jeepney. But they get the most. If you look at my most shorts, my most popular, there's one with 40,000 views. There's one with a little bit less than that. Can't seem to break into the 90 and 100,000s of views. So, and I don't know why. It's just an average that keeps creeping up. So I'm still trying to figure it out too. Should I put my nose? No, if you're gonna put your face, put your whole face like on your driver license. Don't put like, don't do this, don't do that. The people that do that, they're making a huge mistake. Um, they're really, but you don't want to be like way back so that we see your shoes and your head and your hat. Don't be too far away, but don't be up close where we can only see part of you like that. Don't do that. I would say most people should be able to put their face. You have an ID photo, something like that. It doesn't need to be a straight portrait, like straight ahead, but something that we can recognize. What's 1082? Yeah, we don't unless you make that a priority. We don't need to know your height. Nobody. I don't talk about my height too much. I'm not. I'm not. Big E. I'm not that tall. I'm not 6'6", 6'7", but like Mick Fisher, he downplays his height. He doesn't even say that he's as tall as he is. He says he's tall, but he doesn't. He doesn't, brag about how tall he is. Let me see something here. Most people, he downplays his height. He doesn't even say. Just doing a sound check. Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, he is pretty tall. Anyone that's over 6'1", 6'2", you notice them very easily. I have freckles on my arms, but just because I'm white. The older you get, the more you notice those. It's called skin spots. So I'm not sure what the heck you call them, but I get a few of them too. Age spots, I guess, is what they're called. Honey, are you watching? I think she's taking a shower. I'm not sure what she's doing. I didn't tell her I was live today, but she should have figured that I would go live. I got the license. It's only for 5 years. I thought it was going to be 10. I didn't. I didn't look up anything. I didn't study anything. I did for one day because when I realized I was going to have to take the test, I studied for like half a day, and then all the rest of that day, and then in the morning again I studied. And then the test was different. It was like you never know what you're going to get for a test. It was weird. It was very weird. I'm like, okay, they don't want me to pass. ET's here, awesome. Good to see you, Jim Rico. DD, he's not that tall. He's a little bit taller than me. So, Jim Rico, you continue to mention him. He won't answer me. I think I messaged him. Let me check. Let me check. I'm still not. I'm still kind of scolding him. I'm not really scolding him, but I'm. Let me see. Yeah, he saw it. I don't want to. I don't want to. It's personal. I don't want to bring it out when I see him. So I give him like a big paragraph. He doesn't want to say anything. He's not sure what to say. I still get people messaging me. It's like, why? Why? I can't. They want me to watch. If you want me to watch, you got to make it interesting. Even for the people that I think are interesting, I can't watch them all the time because I have a life. the Now, the average person should be doing like 2 or 3 minute videos and maybe a 4 or 5 minute video. Now, the big channels say, well, make the video you want to make and then don't worry about how long it is and then put it out there. But if you're still fishing for subscribers and you don't have enough videos, don't make long videos. Like everyone loves their content, so you can't make long videos just to get watch time. That won't work. You got to make videos that not a large number of people want to watch. That's why I do the shorts, because people are watching, and most won't say anything, but it's a view. And what happens is more and more of people that watch those will subscribe. If I analyze each short, I could get 3 subscribers, or I could get 33, or 13, or 12. It's usually in this, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But the more you do, the more you get over 10. So every once in a while, like yesterday, I had a 6,000 view video. I didn't analyze it yet, but I'm gonna guess that I had 10 subscribers on that, or maybe 9. Or let's go. We'll do that. We will do that, beast. We need a couple of videos. But the thing is, I'm doing like more than 6 or 7 per day. They're not, and most of them are hitting 1,000 or 2,000, but not all. Some of them will just end up with a few hundred. The more I rush to put out, the more I'm going to get a video that doesn't have that many views. So someone's saying, "Hi, Darren Dobson, Columbia fan." I don't know if he's watching. He's not posting unless he's got a different name. I don't know. Should I put my butt on profile? No, don't do it. Now you got to be a girl to do that. Don't get me started on that. That video now has over 40 million views. They won't take it down. So there's a video. The channel is Brazilian Adventure, singular, and they do like ASMR. And she's got one video called "This Was Amazing." It's 10 full seconds of her rear end with no pants on. She's got a less than average face. I'm guessing she's under 30. So as she gets older, she won't be very good looking because she's not beautiful. She's not stunning looking in the face, but she has a good looking butt. And it's when I was watching it was 16 million views, and I'm like, this is nudity. Why are they letting this happen? In the beginning, it's 10 seconds of ass, and then at the end of the video, it's 55 seconds. There's a few more seconds of her naked ass, and then she zips up the tent. So it's a well done video, very, very edited. And now, after I clicked thumbs down, there was 16 million views, and then there was 40 million views like a few days later. So that thing I was watching the view count go up like quickly, like you watch those odometers moving. That's how they work now. I can't take that away from them. I'm not going to keep harping on that, but it's not Brazilian Adventures I'm upset with. It's the fact that YouTube is allowing nudity, and I don't get it. Maybe because she's in the background, that was totally visible. Well, they're not letting children see it. Yeah, anyone can say they're 18. 18's not all that young. I mean, it's not all that old. Papang Ramil Labort, thank you. Megalev shout out. You missed the collab. As time went on, it was 1 year. As time went on, I was doing most of the talking. He was kind of like, his evening. He's talking in the beginning. I don't think he understood everything that I was saying, and I had to reiterate that I'm speaking the truth. And he would do this. They're going to take us down. Why? Why? If you're if you're a black conservative, what they're doing now is they're unsubscribing me to them. They don't want blacks to go conservative. And when the truth is out there, everyone will. In this day and age, the left is about divide and conquer, and that's not helping anybody. Their plans are not good for most people. Are not in the club. George Carlin, his act "You're Not in the Club," that was famous. That was over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. He did that. He didn't just do that once. That was his routine. You're not in the club, and I don't care who you are. There are some billionaires that are not in the club. There are more and more billionaires every day. The wealth gap is widening. It's not getting narrow. You can't spread the wealth. That doesn't work. And poor people don't understand that. Here's an example. You can't spend money to feel rich and get rich. That doesn't work. Spending money doesn't make you rich. Honey, I need help. I need light. Hold on. I need to add more light. The light's broken. It's one of those LEDs and it's not working fully. It's not enough. I need the light over my head, but I need a ladder. It doesn't take long, but I'll need a ladder and stuff. I don't know. The ladders are outside. Unless I use a chair, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm indecisive right now, so it is what it is, I guess. If I had only realized that wasn't going to. That won't even shut off. Oh, there it goes. Now it's on. All right, we're cool. We got the light working. How far in are we? We are 27 minutes. 27 minutes in, and I finally get the light on. So it's a total screw up today. That's what I do. It's like I know I need that light. I know I need the mic, and then I forget to unplug the charger because I wasn't fully charged. So I did get a message. Let's see. Give me a second. I got to answer this. Oops. That was almost a screw up. Wait a minute. Get down. My cat wants to cuddle. She's like, we went out yesterday. When we got back, she's like yelling at me in cat language. All right. So the two people I was gonna take the first one that jumped on it. The two people that I sent the link out to, they can't come up. All right. See you later, bro. I'm tired. Okay, where are you, beast? I don't. If you're still here, maybe I asked you already, but I can't remember. Let's go to your channel and find out. Doesn't say. Your channel doesn't say. Or does it? I'm trying to figure out. When you have no content, it doesn't say much. But if he's tired, maybe he lives in North America. I don't know. I don't know. Beast of Desert. Sean Williams is here. Awesome. Thanks for coming in. Sean. Alex Hardy's here. Alex, drop your. If you want to come up, let me know, guys. But I need your. I don't know if I have your. If you have more than one messenger, I won't know if I'm doing the right one. New York City. Okay, yeah, East Coast. I just wanted to know East Coast USA. All right. So, but I'm Jewish. That's okay. That's okay. We love the Jews. I'm studying Revelation right now. I spent over 2 years studying Genesis, and now approximately maybe a little less than 3 years studying Revelation. Very hard. Oh no, yeah, it's approximately 3 years. So it's very hard to begin understanding Revelation. If you read it yourself, you're going to go, "Oh, this is just a storybook. It's not real." But the more Bible scholars study that, the more real it is. We know it's real because it's describing, written 2,000 years ago. It's describing today's world to the T. It's almost naming names. All right, see you. All right, I'll let you go, Beast. I get no choice. All right, we get the lights on. So that's what happens with the LEDs. I guess they don't light up fully when they're starting to wear out. I guess that light has been here for years. We've never changed. I've never changed it, and I've been here like 2.25 years. So, and it's the one we use almost the most often. It's like second most use because the bedroom we don't use the overhead light hardly at all. We only turn that on once in a while. We not when we sleep, all the lights are off, right? So that's most of the time. All right, not getting to any fact and fiction. The television. I need more coffee. The television news. That's where it is. That's what we're trying to sort out. But you can pretty much know that anything in television, there's a fake narrative. So where are the lies? They stick in a lie here and there, or they omit truth, and then they spin a big narrative around that, and it's like it's not truthful. I could, they can give me, 5 or 6 true facts, and it's like, okay, but there's a lie in there that makes everything false. So that's what you're doing. A lot of these people have a college degree somewhere. Oh, well, they can't take my education away. Yeah, but they didn't really give you a real education. So you can't take stupid away, I guess. You can though. You can get people that lack information can receive it, but you also need to understand it and discern. You need a little wisdom. So you need the Lord gives wisdom. That's why they call it a gift. He's gifted. What does that mean? Or she is gifted. You have the gift. You have wisdom from the gift of. It's a gift of God. Those are the best gifts. Gifts. Let's see. I have not. We're just getting started. I have not got going yet because we don't have anything to sort out. Right? ET's here. Awesome. Sean Williams, Beast said good night. I'll see you later, Beast. Thanks for stopping in. Jack is here. Alex Hardy. Awesome. So, Alex, where's your main channel? What is going on over there? When I watch the Brits doing live streams, right? Very interesting. I love the Brits, but you get a sort fact from fiction. You get a lot of people talking, and it's you get a lot of facts, but you get a lot of opinions. You need to sort fact from fiction a little more. It's not all, the fake news, television news, not internet. You don't know what you're going to get on the internet. You got to discern you got to sort fact from fiction. My last live stream, YouTube put a context message underneath it. Do I still have it up there? Talking about the Bohemian Club. I don't remember mentioning the words Bohemian Club, although someone may have said it in the chat and I may have repeated it. I don't know if I can't remember that one. But then they did a whole big context thing about the Bohemian Club. It's like, we weren't really specifically talking about that group, but it does exist. And just because Google has information doesn't make it all so. There's a lot of things on Wikipedia that will say this needs more work, because they're taking the word of people, and then if it's believable, they'll put it out there. So that is happening. So I don't use that criteria. I can say, okay, I get this off of Wikipedia or wherever I got it from. Here's what it says. It doesn't make it absolute truth. I measure whether something can be true or not. I can reject it as being true if I say, oh, this doesn't line up with the Word of God. So therefore, I'm saying that for that reason, it ain't true. Because what happens is we get a fact and then we spin it. We make a story out of a fact. And then there's other facts in there that you're not talking about that may or may not be true. Well, there's true facts here, but something's untrue, and that's what we're trying to get to the bottom of. And it happens every day. I know there's some people say, I need information, I need to watch the news. We used to have CNN every day in the lunchroom, almost all day long, CNN, and then all those talk shows, like The View, and that would be on every day at my job, my workplace, and it was like the stupidest politics. And it's like nobody knows that they're all full of crap. Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and all those girls. It's like they don't know what they're talking about. And then they say things like they're in charge of sorting fact from fiction, and they're not. You had a nice Valentine's Day. I'm not reading every chat, but I am trying to see who's coming in. Right now, it's not that busy, so it's pretty hard to see. E.T., Sean Williams, Beast said goodbye. Alex Hardy. Not a lot of. I guess people are coming in and out. I don't know. They're not continuing to post, or they're watching. I don't know. I thought I could get some. I need a piece of material. Who's happy with the Super Bowl? Did you guys? I know that we're in the Philippines. There's a few people from North America watching or popping in. Did you guys get a good Super Bowl? San Fran had a 10-point lead in the first half, and I said, "This is the first half. This game's going to change." And there's been a pattern. Austin Muncie, hello, good morning. It's morning time here, so I'll say good morning, guys. I'm still drinking coffee. I got the 5-year driver license. I'll be in my 70s when it expires. I don't know if I'm going to want to go through that again, or if they'll just let me renew it for a fee. I don't want to take the road test, and they made me drive a standard, but it was tight. It was a tight space. I couldn't really drive the car, so it's kind of difficult when you're in a tight little space. And then a truck stopped in front of me, and I was uphill. I had to deal with that. I don't know if they had that planned. I don't know, but I passed. The written test, I studied for one day, and it's like, okay, there's 100 questions here. It's a 60-question test, right? And then the questions on the test were like, that wasn't. I don't know what this is. This is something different. I was like, I thought I was going to fail, and then I ended up passing with 90%. So it was just weird. The whole day was weird. You got to go to this window and pay that fee. Then you go to a different window and pay another fee. Then you go here and take a test and go there and take a test and then come back and pay another fee. It's like weird, very weird. But I'll take that over the DMV anytime. The DMV, there's 50 DMVs in the United States, right? Departments of Motor Vehicles. Nothing worse than that. You got to put up with it. You got to deal with it. I would say the Philippines is better. Just a little. I don't know. Um, Crazy Chris vlog in Vietnam. Chris vlog, awesome. Crazy Chris, awesome. Good to see you. Austin, say hello to Austin Muncie. He's here. I hope. I can only hope you guys stick around and watch. I need material. I don't. We were talking about the Super Bowl. So, fact from fiction: is it fixed? Is the Super Bowl fixed? I watched most of the halftime. Not every. I took my eyes off it for a little bit, but it's so ungodly. It's like, why are people like in love with that? I don't get it. In all the awards shows are like that now. It's like Satan. Why is that? Sean Williams, do you like that? Crazy Chris? I mean, it's and it's in the when because I watch a lot of shorts and you get that too. Like, okay, there's no dating scene in the Philippines, but all I get in the shorts is how to get how to date Filipino women. It's like that's such nonsense. Philippines is family oriented, and if you're not aware of that, the dating scene is not going to work. And you get these guys that are like pushing 60, doing these videos. Oh, like I'm dating 23 and 24-year-olds. How many? Two? You had two women, and you didn't marry them. Now you're bragging about. I almost want to throw their names out there because it's ridiculous. It's like you have a speaking voice, and it's not that AI voice that everyone hears. It's not that good, but you have a fairly good speaking voice, and then you do these videos. Though the pictures of the women you're showing are not your girlfriend, you're just somewhere. Maybe you're seeing them on the streets, or you're taking stock footage of young Filipino women. And there are several men doing this, right? Like someone's doing videos of walking street, and he's doing thumbnails on his shorts. It's like I just put shorts out there. I'm not doing all that, thumbnail in every short, and it's like, wow, get a girlfriend that's 23 years old in the Philippines, and then I'll help you make sure she's not married. It's like you'll help me do nothing. If men, like when I was stuck with a travel ban and I was watching his channel, it's not. He doesn't. He changed the name of his channel a couple of times, but it's the same guy. He didn't change channels. He just changed the name, I think. So I loved it, because he wasn't doing Get a Girl, but he did have the link in his description to Filipino Cupido. There's two, I think there's two Filipino networks. I don't know how good they are because that's not how I met my wife. I met people on another website that did not have videos. They did have a link. They had a way of linking to YouTube Music, but that stopped. I think it became cost prohibitive, or it was just too much for them. They didn't want to deal with it. So they stopped doing that. But then I ended up meeting one of those people, and immediately she brought in like 3 or 4 more, and then they brought in, and they're all from that same website. So the website's still there. It's not the same anymore. It's changed somewhat, but they're all good people. There's a lot of good Filipinos, but it's the Westerners that come in and try to like establish, a Western culture that doesn't work here. What you're doing is you're not. I don't want to say anything that's not true. I don't think you're dating all that many younger Filipino women. I'm saying maybe you've met 2 or 3. Over the years, over a 12-year span, you probably met 2 or 3 that you didn't marry them, so it ended somehow. Good or bad, I don't know. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm I'm not really criticizing your relationships, but just because you had a younger girlfriend doesn't mean you should be giving dating advice. You know, I thought of that over and over, and it's like, no, that's not going to work. I'm not going to give dating advice. That to me, that will always backfire. You're probably somebody that won't get married or whatever. If you're not ready for marriage, you're not ready for dating. Dating is for marriage. So in the Philippines, the dating scene here is a hooker bar or or transgender bar. I'm not sure exactly. I don't go there. Um, so I know a couple of people that live up around there, and they don't, they're not looking for chicks. You will soon all be in your 60s. It's not going to work out for you guys. It's not a good thing. Jim Rico, what is the story with top secret trips? It's like when I go on a trip, I want everyone to know what I'm doing. It's like secret fiance, mistake number one, secret trip, mistake number two. Everyone is willing to let go of the mistake. Um, the reason I haven't let go is because I haven't had communication with him. So um, I tried to keep it light and friendly, but towards the end, when I was singing that song, "Oh, Darren, I am such a fool," I was trying to be funny about it, but it wasn't clicking. And as far as I can believe, it wasn't registering up here for him. And then he told me one of them committed a crime, which was to go into his phone. And I didn't mention to him. I asked her, "Did you go into his phone?" In a message. I didn't meet her, but she sent a lot of messages to us trying to figure out what he's all about and to tell us she's upset. So apparently he thinks he can meet somebody, have a temporary girlfriend, and then dump her and find somebody else, and then do that again and again and again. That is a sickness. That's not the way life is meant to be, guys. To do that, you're supposed to be ready for marriage when you date and work on a partner. Like your dating game should be a series of interviews and being on your, and getting to know each other. You meet somebody and then you dump her and then you think she's done, like you're done with her, and then you're talking to somebody else. They all fell in love with you because they thought you could be a steady boyfriend. And I hope none of them come to Canada because Canada politically is a problem. You're not free. Canadians are not free. Now you can break free, but I don't. That's not happening yet. I met. I didn't meet her. I'm sorry. I on my last live stream, she made a comment. Panay in SK, South Korea. She was formerly Anne's exclusive, and I forget what it was before that. And she said, "I saw you yesterday at LTO, which is the Land Transportation Office." And it's true, I was there, so I know she wasn't lying. I noticed from a few feet away, not right in front of me, but from a few feet away, I saw one or two Korean women, but I didn't recognize her. I didn't really get a good look at her, so I don't know which one she was. But she didn't come up to me, so I don't know, maybe she was shy. She didn't say why. Steve promised me to keep pulling Deborah away from Brett. Well, when you make friendships, right, they don't go away. He's still coming in the live stream, so he told me she won't be his girlfriend and that they're just pals or whatever. You can't be best friends with a girl. You're either friendly and you leave it alone, or there's trouble. So a lot of men, especially when they're younger, they have an out of control sex drive and they think that they have to fuck all women. And that's a bad idea, guys. Because it's never what you think it's going to be. once you get in, in the old pants, it all changes. And then that's why guys are dumping people. Women are not sex machines, contrary to popular belief. Indie TV, Megalove shout out. Thank you for coming in. Hope I said that soon enough. I don't know if I did. Sorry about that, guys. It's J Mike, So men get stimulated by looks and looking at things, pictures, especially pictures. So when HD TV first came out, we bought one and we were watching, right? And I come home and my wife's watching, and I said to her, honey, my first wife, years ago, it might have been 2004 or 2005, something right around there. We had a new house, and I said, honey, you're not on the, you haven't selected HD. You're watching in standard definition. She goes, I don't know the difference. She goes, it looks fine to me. Women don't, and she's a photographer, so she just didn't know the difference. And the big difference, if you're watching sports, the big difference is you can see the people in the audience better. They're part of the picture. If they show the sidelines, you can see all that. It's not just a blur. That was the big difference that I first noticed. So when you see more, the stuff out on the edges is better too. So the standard TV, the square, it took a while to get used to that. And now we take it for granted. So let's see. I'm going to refresh that page for a couple of seconds. I want to talk about. I need material. Oh, we were talking about the Super Bowl and the ads. They have to the ads for whatever price they pay. What the price does is it keeps the little guy away. It keeps small businesses away, and what you end up with is the companies that already belong to the conglomerate. What's the companies that have stock that's owned by the big three: BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, big banks, big pharma, and big corp. All the ads are already running by corporations that are under their umbrella, so to speak. They're not directly in charge. They're CEOs and board of directors that are already in charge, but they have money influence. It's almost like a pitchfork that's in their ass, and they all have to, they have to have a zero carbon footprint. They have to have diversity, DEI, high DEI scores, or else, and they're given ultimatums. So all the ads in the Super Bowl were the ads from those big corporations, in one way or the other. Like, split off. It's a sister company. That's what that means. So just vaguely. So just talking off the top of my head. I'm not looking at notes or websites or anything. Just the top of my head. So they kept it in the and I call it the far left. It's rule the world. At one time it was the Illuminati. Now I think it's the WEF. They probably have the most influence. And then there's the big three: big pharma, big banks, central banks, and big corp. Right? They're sort of sitting besides. They're not directly. There's no direct organization chart. It's kind of, they're floating, but it includes the WHO and the United Nations. They're floating around with a little. They're using that influence also. Oh, the WHO said so. Oh, well, the United Nations says this, so therefore you have to go by that. Oh, last time I checked, no one put them in charge. They're not in charge of anything, but yet they take charge. They're taking charge, and the foolish left wing in America, and probably everywhere else, thinks it's a good idea because they're getting money. What they did with the president of the United States is everything they said about Trump is what they were doing for themselves and amongst themselves, and Trump wasn't doing that. That's all part of the big lie. The big lie. It's all a big circle of organizations that are trickling down lies and hiding fact. That's what they're doing. And if you're not in the club, even the companies that they invest in, they may not necessarily be all in on the club. But when somebody gets promoted to manager, at the mid-level, down in a corporation, they're all for it because that's how they get promoted. I'm getting more money. I'm moving up. I ain't gonna go along with this. This is the way to do it. And they don't see they don't see the fact that this has been going on for hundreds and maybe even thousands of years in different forms. Obviously, there was no internet, no TV, no electric lights, not even a single luxury. And then everybody, they say everybody has a price. I don't know about that, but if you do, they'll find out. If they need you, they'll buy you, I guess. But if they don't need you, you're not getting any money. They need to take everyone's money. That's why inflation is out of this world now, because it's not good enough for them just to have enough, all that they need. They have to have you with nothing. That's what Americans have nothing, and they're living in luxury, but they don't have anything. There's no future in spending money to feel rich. That's going to come to an end. There's nothing good about that. Someone near and dear to me said that. We spend money to feel rich. Oh, that's what Facebook's all about. You look good on Facebook. They over smile. You get the over smile. Every day they post, whether it's in stories or reels or however they're doing it. Look at us, we're doing great. That's self-worship. That's not a good thing. The trip was top secret. Why? Is there going to be a video about charity? Why haven't we seen charity videos? There's a sports car dealers around him. They usually bundle up with 3 or 4 of them, in a row, and then he gets a little video that way. I would rather do that than food. Food is highly competitive. You're not going to get an old food channel guy, or however wherever he came from, regionally successful maybe, but he's retired. Maybe everybody knew him as some food guru or something. Those are limited. You can only get those when they're available. But cars, you can get cars anytime. I don't need to go to your channel. If I want to see sports cars, I'll go right to the car channels, or whoever I find. Um, Instead of just getting somebody to show me unedited videos. I hate the highly edited videos because those are the pros. I don't need to support your channel. But if you're giving me something that I want to hear, then I will. That's and then YouTube's unsubscribing me to them because it's not their politics. So YouTube is very political. Very political. And they'll say they're not. That's the big lie. But we're not political. We want truth. Oh, really? Then why are you pointing me to information about the Bohemian Club that seemingly doesn't exist? It's like, those information sections of Wikipedia, they need work. And you're only going by word of mouth. So how truthful is all that? I suppose there's a lot of truth to it. Hong Kong and some other country, the trip was top secret. Possibly the Philippines. Somebody else did a video with no light. It was almost total blackness, but I could see a little reflection. Because some of the T-shirts, the white will reflect it. What little light you have, the light will reflect that, and he's sitting there. But it was like practically black. And he did a 6-minute video about how the Philippines sucks. It's like, okay, the last time you were here, you were complaining about having to buy beer. We buy liquor for nieces and nephews. Most of the people that are here are relatives, nieces and nephews, and there's one or two friends, or maybe three or four, but that's it. Neighbors, whatever. They're friendly. Occasionally, we buy them liquor to drink. They're not all big drinkers. Some of them will have a drink, some maybe two. Um, but if we don't buy them liquor, beer and maybe it's the light. There's a light whiskey or brandy. There's a lot of them. They're cheap. You get a lot. They either mix it with water or Coke or something like that. Um, but when we're having parties, that's what we do. We gotta buy liquor and beer for everybody. Um, Not everyone's drinking. Most will have one drink, but most of the people are not drinking a ton. And some will. The ones that drink more, they're the ones that are always here having fun. So nothing wrong with that. You got to be prepared to to spring money for that. You can't sit on a live stream and say money's no problem for me, and then come here and say, yeah, that sucks. I'm not buying everybody liquor. You got to do that at least once. They'll love you for that. They will love you. And you gotta say, this is my girl. You can't just say, I'm here to play the dating game. That is narcissistic. That's not, possibly even sociopathic. That's not going to end well. That's why I hate those people that are doing the dating scene videos. I hate that because they don't know what they're talking about. Everybody knows that Walking Street is there, and then there's a few people trying to make a living on YouTube by bringing us those videos. Stop chasing women, guys. You'll find the right girl when you stop chasing. You got to work on yourself. We see people that are you got to quit complaining, and you got to realize that the things you're complaining about are the things you got to work on. What did you come here for? You came here to get laid. That's not going to end well for you because you didn't have a plan on being a good person. You got to be a good person. You got to work on yourself and make yourself better. I'm not perfect. I keep saying to myself when I wake up every day, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? I can think the Lord was with me in that room because I was looking at that test going, I don't know the answers. This isn't even what I studied. Right? And then I got a 90. And I'm like, it said, congratulations, you passed. I went, I passed? I thought I was going to walk away with a failure. And then at the end, the lady goes, we made a mistake. You failed. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, can we see your wife? Because she's speaking in Tagalog. And I can barely figure out what people are saying, but I knew she was a combination of what I know and what her hand gestures. She's pointing at my wife. So I turned around and said, come up here. She goes, he failed. And it's like, we're like, what are you talking about? I got a 90. And then because I failed the first time and I just barely failed. I was just below, and I think you got to get an 85, and I was just below, or I forget, 87, 88. You got to get almost a 90, and then I got a 90, and I was okay. And then she goes, "Oh, sorry, mistake. We didn't check it right." Because I'm at the window to receive licensing, and it's like, "Where's my name? It's not there." It's like they kept making that mistake over and over, but it was an honest mistake. They were like, "We're so sorry." They gave me it was Valentine's Day, so they gave me a flower. It's like, we didn't even give you your flower. It's like I was left out. It's like they put a stamp that I'm priority because I'm over 65, and then there's no priority because they just kept making mistakes. So mistakes are honest. They were honest mistakes, but I've made honest mistakes before in the wrong place because they were like, okay, we want him to be perfect. So life's not always fair, guys. It's not fair. But you gotta quit complaining. So now I'm so thankful. I thank people even when they don't hold the door for me. Thank you anyway. M&J, what's going on? Give me some material so I can sort out fact from fiction. We were talking about the Super Bowl and the ungodly ads and the ungodly acts, like the halftime show was ungodly. It's like an Usher's washed up. No, I showed it and I made a short out of Usher just to see if I could get some views. I think I got like 400. I have to double check that. It got a few hundred views, but not the same. Not like the jeepneys. So, and then someone said, "Yeah, he's washed up," and I agreed. I said, thanks for the comment. That was wonderful. Because I thought, yeah, this is just the same old. Usher's been around for like 20 years. It's like, okay, when he was a kid, it was pretty good, but when you see a kid doing those moves, it's like, okay, that's good. But he's in his 40s now doing the same moves. It's like, what's new? It's nothing really good about it. And then the sideshow was that if there was a white person in there, maybe one, but that's not my complaint. The complaint is that they were all on board to do something evil. Like they had an ungodly tone to it, and that's what My bad girls. I can't remember who that was, but my bad girls are all here, and then they're all showing their butts on, pressing their asses against the stage and all that stuff, worshiping themselves. How do you start a live stream? You press the button that says "Go Live." I accidentally went live because I thought I was ready, and then I wasn't ready, and then I thought I just told myself to plug the mic in, and then I skipped it. It's like, why did I do that? I wasn't ready. It's like it only takes like 3 seconds to plug that in because you got to reach over and you got to get it in right. It's not that difficult, but I skipped it. I said, okay, I got to plug the mic in, and then I skipped it. I didn't do it. It's like, what is wrong? I always make a little mistake like that. How do I start a live stream? I don't know. Here, well, on the phone, it's different. It's totally different. Like I gotta take a break, guys, and I don't have a song ready. I didn't get that ready either because I wasn't thinking ahead. We've been live for over an hour. We're trying to sort out facts from fiction. We will do that. But the media, television is owned and operated by the far left, and it's all ungodly. And that's a part of the big lie. So, of the WEF and the conglomerates, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Central Banks is State Street, Vanguard is Big Pharma, and BlackRock is Big Corp. So those three entities plus the WEF is they're all working on the big lie. There is a big lie involved in that. And the big lie is the way to sort fact from fiction is to say, okay, I'm going to measure it up against the first truth. If it doesn't fit, then it ain't true. The first truth is that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Anybody that believes in evolution is untruthful, but they give degrees for that. And they don't want to undo that because with my degree, you can never take away my education. That's all a part of this big lie. They create more degree programs for less money so that everybody can afford it. And then you're all educated in being woke. That's what they're doing. And then what happens is total wokeness will prevent you from having children. If you change your sex or if you just marry same sex, you won't have children. That's what they're hoping for a future, which won't include them. But this future will have fewer people, they think. But they think they're going to get a brain chip or something and then live a longer life. They're out of their minds. And then the other ones are building bunkers so that they can have luxury inside a mountain in Maui. It's like those are volcanoes. All mountains are either volcanoes or continental shelves that collided and then went up, which are totally rock. The volcanoes will turn to magma and you will die by fire underground. It's like you're not getting natural light. Good luck. May you live longer than you would have, but it's not going to end well for you. It's bad. All right. It's all bad. It's not going to end well. I don't envy any billionaires. I don't need $1 billion. I need a little bit of money, which will come. logging in over there. It wasn't. I'm never ready. Even when I'm ready, I'm not. So you gotta. What you do is on the phone, you go to YouTube app. You gotta have the app, and then at the bottom you'll see a plus. But you gotta go into your own channel, and then you'll see. You're gonna log in, and then you'll see a plus mark. You hit the plus, and then you go over to live, and then you gotta slowly walk through the steps to get yourself to go live, and then eventually you'll see the button go live. That's what you do. But I'm going to do something else here before I burst. I'm getting ready to burst. I need water. I need water. My reservoir is filling up. I'm going to take like a 90-second break, but I'm going to play a little. Oh, shoot. I'm going to plug that in. That's going to take a second too. Hold on. Hold the phone.
It's literally just drag and drop.
I thought that was on. I thought that was on there. We'll skip it. All right, be right back. 90 seconds, guys. Somebody came and took your bed. Don't worry, be happy. The landlord said your rent is late. He may have to litigate. Don't worry, be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Don't worry, be happy. All right, let's mute that. I don't want to sing the whole song. I wasn't going to sing that at all, but I figured I would do a couple of lines there. Oh, we need viewers. So that's how you start a live stream. I'm doing it totally differently now. I don't have, my phone doesn't have the connecting jack. The iPhone 14 doesn't have the mini plug to go to connect to the sound card. And I don't have any converters, so I don't use the sound card anymore. But I plugged the output auxiliary. I do have mini jacks, but it doesn't connect with the iPhone. I don't have a converter. Or do I? You know what? I do, and it's somewhere, and I forgot all about that. I think I do. Thanks for letting me talk about that, because now I get an idea, but I gotta find it. It's around somewhere. It's right around here in the box. I think I get like plastic bags inside the box, plastic boxes, so it's there somewhere. I'll figure it out. But what I have right now is I have this connected to my guitar amp that's playing the sound, and then the mic is picking up the sound in my room. I hope you heard that good, guys. Because when it started playing, we got a bunch of more people coming in, and then now they're gone. So people come in. YouTube gives signals, I guess, that something's happening. So what are we? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This gets more impressions, I guess. I'm not really sure. I'm guessing that YouTube doesn't tell you how they get viewers, and it goes into a shorts bucket. And maybe it gets more priority up to the top. I don't know. I can only guess. I can only keep doing this and talking about things, and then we see what happens. So they want material, I guess. They want something. So on Panay, it's not on Panay Vlog. It's Panay and SKV. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, she's got some good thumbnails. That's awesome. Wait, I saw that woman. I didn't know that was her. Norma, we saw this woman at the LTO yesterday, 2 days ago. I know that. That's her. Wait. Open her up. Oh, she blinks. She blinks. She blinks a lot. Okay. Oh gosh, I saw her. I didn't. I didn't really think too much about it, so I only glanced at her. I didn't really take a long look, but I think that was her. She said she was there, so that's making me think that she's the one. So, with men, being a man, men notice other men if there's something distinctly different about them. Whether they're like very good looking or maybe, huge biceps or something different. Then I'll notice that I saw him. Or if he had like, orange hair or, there's some strange or a funny hat, then I would remember that. But most guys, they're wearing a hoodie and you don't notice them and it's hard to remember them. But with women, men remember beauty. It's like, okay, she's the most beautiful woman in the room. I will remember that. But there was a couple of in the Philippines. I can tell who looks a little Chinese, a little more Chinese than the others. So I remember that. I don't know. I have a strange memory. I don't know if anybody else is the same. I don't know. So I need material. So back to the Super Bowl. Did you get a good Super? Both teams looked different. It was like a weird fight. San Fran. When you get a 10-point lead in the first half, I thought, okay, it's only the first half. This is going to change. But when Tampa won the first time in '02, they got a lead that they held on to, and they just kept trouncing the Oakland Raiders with defense. So some are saying that if San Fran ran the ball with that lead, they could have shortened the game and won. You got to take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hand. That's what the Patriots did. They took the ball out of his hands because he was good enough during the game to get the ball deep, and then they kicked field goal to send it to overtime. But the Patriots kept the ball out of his hands for them when they needed to. The Chiefs, tell me if I'm wrong, I don't remember every situation, but the Chiefs never beat the Patriots in the playoffs. That didn't happen. So this talk of Mahomes being the best, when New England had no receivers and Gronk was slightly hurt, Gronk always played slightly hurt. Gronk made the catch of anyone else's life to save that game. It's like, okay, Tony Romo I think it was Tony Romo, was the commentator saying, the Patriots are going to have to go to Gronk here. And there he is, lined up wide right. That's unusual for a tight end, a 6'6" guy, that has that much weight and muscle. And sure enough, they got a first down. It was third down. Gronk and Edelman and Hogan. Hogan is an average wide receiver. And so was Edelman. I mean, as the wide receivers go, Edelman was too, but he was more clutch as a slot receiver, doing his job. They didn't really have the wide receivers to really beat anybody, but they got the right plays at the right time, and Kansas City was unable to have the ball in Patrick Mahomes' hands when the game was decided because New England ran the football. So why is Brady better than Belichick at coaching when Belichick called for the run? He called to keep the ball on the ground, and they handed off to Burkhead like several times, and they scored, and they won the football game. Why is that? Why does everyone, and it's always average students that do that. Belichick's greater than Brady. You hear all this talk, and then you have these mouthpieces on the sports talk shows. But Belichick's better than Brady's better than Belichick. He's got 7 rings. Belichick has 8 rings, but no one counts the 2 rings that he got with the Giants as defensive coordinator. That doesn't count. Oh, the 2 greatest rings don't count. Your first one is your greatest one, right? Brady always said, the next one's the greatest one. Well, you don't have the next one yet. So now he's done. He was right. I'm a Brady fan, but you can't say that the quarterback, if he was drafted by the Jets, he never would have won anything. It took the Patriots to get him to where he needed to go. And then he was able to help another team. How do you think he got that good? He learned, through the years. It was all controlled at first with the defense. They weren't able. Tom Brady didn't come to the Patriots and say, "Okay, I'm going to make Belichick a better coach." It didn't work that way. It's like Tampa. They had a very good team, but they needed another piece. Actually, they needed 4 new pieces. And Brady, they never had Rob Gronkowski and Antonio Brown and Fournette. They lost 3. Brady brought those guys in. Now Brady didn't make the official moves. He said, "Bring these guys in so we can have a chance, and then I'll give you a chance." So, and sure enough, in those playoffs and Super Bowl, Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski made the difference, and Fournette. They made the difference. They had 2 great wide receivers and a couple of pretty good tight ends. It wasn't enough. So those teams were what they call loaded. What Belichick started doing, he lost all his helpful coaches over the years, the people that he could rely on that said these are the best players coming out of college. He could go watch a bowl game and say, "Okay, those are the guys I want," not knowing that there's other people that do things better. Because you don't know things just by, "Okay, I'm watching TV, I'm watching their 10-minute video, and they said he's the best quarterback. So therefore that's true." You don't know that. You don't know that. Mel Kiper Jr. has said so many people are the cat's meow that didn't make it. And then every year he says these guys can't miss. They can't miss. They can't miss. And then 2 out of 3 miss. Or 2 out of 5 miss. And it always happens. Or somebody picked first or second, he's a defensive end or whatever. You never hear from them, but then when you look at their stats 10 years later, he had a pretty good career, but he's just another guy. But pretty good. That happens too. You're not going to get an offensive tackle or a defensive lineman that's named Lawrence Taylor. It's not going to happen. So now, all the great, and then they say, well, Belichick was lucky to have Tom Brady. But Tom Brady was lucky that Belichick was there to give him the discipline to learn how to do things the right way. All great head coaches had a quarterback to deal with, to help them. Help me, help you. That's really what was going on. Belichick was able to Belichick yelled at Brady to get better. Now we don't know. I don't know the secrets of Kansas City's success. It's not all like magic. They're doing things right, but it kind of worked right away. But how was Brock Purdy able to be Mr. Irrelevant, which means you were the last draft pick, and turn into a Super Bowl quarterback? How does that happen? They had top draft picks as quarterback right on the team. They had two top picks, and they're both gone now. Plus Jimmy Garoppolo. So that didn't work. And then the last pick in the draft becomes Brock Purdy. It was picked even after Tom Brady in a different year. The only difference is they don't have a championship. They're saying that now when you lead 10-0, I look and say the defense failed. But a running game is the next best thing to a good defense, because if your defense is not on the field, you can't give up touchdowns or field goals or anything. You can't give up points until you give them the ball. So in that regard, Kansas City failed on offense. And when you have a young quarterback, a second-year quarterback, they should have been able to run the football, because they have had a little bit of a passing game, but that took George Kittle and Samuel and Ayuk, took them out of the game. By only throwing, it took the receivers out of the game, because it let Kansas City tee up on the passing game. So you played right into their hands. How many times did New England run the football for 1 yard or no yards, and then they run it again? And then they get 2 yards, and then they run it again, and then they get 9 yards. That's what they do. Run it again, run it again. They work on that. Run that football, boom, no gain. Run that football, loss of 1. Run it again. There's a 5-yard gain, but now it's 3rd and 5. No, it's 4th and 5. So you can't run on 3rd and 10. you gotta figure something out. But you run, and then they know you're throwing on 3rd down, so you gotta figure it out. 15 watching. So that is what they failed at. It was a close game, but I kind of knew by the end of the half that San Francisco wasn't doing it right, because there was no running game. You gotta run it for no gain and run it again, and that's how you know there's a running game, because that shortens the game, and that's what they needed to do, because it keeps your defense off the field. Oh, we need to rest our defense. It's too late to rest your defense in overtime. You can't do that, because they weren't good enough to just throw the ball. You can't just do one thing and win the Super Bowl. You can't. A couple of years ago, they had the best running game in the league, and then that changed. So that's the knock on them. The offensive coordinator. So now we'll know you can't just have offensive coordinators running everything. And they just got done saying, "Oh, you need an offensive guy at coach." That will change. You need offensive people, but your head coach, I think, having a defensive coach as your head coach will not be a bad thing in American football. So thanks. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong timer. So I don't have any material. Yeah. So Columbia fans sitting as a while back, so we're gonna go, because I don't have a lot of material. The secret road trip. Why? Why was it a secret? You can't run a secret channel. You gotta just be yourself. So maybe I'll send them a message. I don't know what to do. In order to be friendly, you gotta have people be friendly. You can't just be friendly if you're not talking to me. So the coffee is not hot anymore. I didn't drink enough water. It's warm, but it's not really hot. So, do I want to stay live? If I stay live, I'll get the viewers. We usually like to count up to 1,000 and then stick around for a few more minutes. But I don't know about today. Let's see. We don't have a high concurrent. Oh, 15. That's not too bad. What is going on here? Got TubeBuddy in the way. Yeah, not a lot of views. Wow. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Because I'm not talking and I started off bad. I started off on the wrong foot. I was all screwed up. Why, J Mike? Why? Usually these do good, but not always. But usually. Let's see. I need videos. I fell below 500,000 on 30 days. Why? We had 21,000 views, almost 22,000 views yesterday, and 26,000 views on the 13th. So what's going on here? Oh, it looks like a good month. I'm not sure what went below. Oh, let's pump out some videos. I gotta make. Oh, I haven't made a video in 13 days. I gotta do a regular length video. I gotta think about those. I'm gonna think about a regular length video. I saw her yesterday. Huh. That's not a live stream. Oh, yes, it is. So, you guys that are trying to get started growing your channel, um, stop fishing because it doesn't work. So, if you notice, you only get 1 or 2 subscribers. Subscribers don't watch videos unless they're subscribing to one of your niche videos. Some people will watch 1 and subscribe. Some people will watch 2 and subscribe. And then some people will say, you know what, I keep getting this guy's videos. I'm going to subscribe. So you'll get subscribers that way. That means they want to watch another one, but it doesn't mean they're going to watch them all. Maybe they're not there, or whatever it is. Or maybe they've just seen enough for now and they'll come back. I get a lot of people that say, you know what, I'm a Filipino living in Germany and I miss the jeepneys or whatever. And they're likely to come back to see another jeepney video, but it doesn't mean they're going to watch all my jeepney videos. Especially if they've watched a few. So, Columbia fan, let's see what he's saying. Jared Johns is all mine. What does that mean? Jared Johns is all mine. Explain that. I'm not catching what the meaning of that. So we've had a busy week so far with personal business. I have not been live. I forget what day it was the last time I was live. But hold on. What do you want, cat? The cat's on my lap again. Can you see her? She loves cuddles. These cats are like born to be cuddlers. As long as you feed them and they're healthy, and you're good to them, they will cuddle. Dooby 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 doo, dooby dooby doo. I've got songs in my head, that's why I'm doing that. It's called Last Song Syndrome. What can I talk about? I got nothing. Now, all these YouTube, what are you doing? She's like pressing her head against my hand. She wants cuddles. So, the how-to channels, the big ones, keep saying, you're going to have notes and stuff like that. And I realize that. When I have notes, it's better. But today, I'm just winging it. Yep, she just wants cuddles. She'll squawk if she don't get cuddles. She hasn't been in heat since New Year's Day. That was her last day, so I think that's going away. She's getting mature now. Thank goodness for that. Thank God. Thank you, Lord. I thought that was going to keep going, but she's better. Sometimes she'll squawk, but it's not constant anymore. She's a Siamese cat. I guess cats were kept away from breeding because they were house cats, so they were just kept away from other cats until 1880 when they were crossbred, and then the Siamese. There's no record of Siamese cats before 1880. It could have been before that, but for the most part, they come from Thailand. We know that. They're Thailand cats. So I do have a tie to Thailand. Siam. Thailand used to be called Siam. Right? Back in the days when the movies taught us things, it was the King of Siam, or the King and I. I am the King of Siam. It was a funny character. But she is a cuddle bug. They kill roaches. We have like the biggest roaches. They don't get in the house very often, but there's spaces under the doors, and we can't put those sliders there because there's like a bolt that gets in the way. So there's not a lot of them. Every once in a while, one will get in here, and then she kills them. So it's good. And then there's no mice. Every once in a while, the mice will get in, and she won't allow that either. So it's good to have her. There's been no pests since she's been here, other than maybe the occasional fly. But we're not even having problems with that. Very, very little. It's always warm here, so there's always a chance for bugs. Honey, are you dialed in?
Huh?
Are you tuned in? Shit, this light wasn't working, but it is now. It popped on, so we can kill that. I didn't do that. Switch that again. I want to see that. I want to see the difference. I want to see what it looks like. Okay, not too much. I can see it a little bit, but that's fine. Shut it off. Oh, are you on the live stream? You're not watching? She's not watching. My own wife's not watching. It's okay. It's okay. Where are you going? She's all dressed up, nowhere to go. That's the thing about Filipinos. They dress up to do laundry.
Good morning.
Good morning. There's the pretty face.
Good morning,
What's
Cuckoo.
up? She's not.
Good morning,
She's not
guys.
getting enough
Good morning,
cuddles.
everyone.
Oh.
Happy Valentine's.
Say hello to her. It's yesterday.
Still Valentine's.
Say hello. She's crying. She doesn't want.
Why?
She wants cuddles.
Why?
She misses us. We've been out every day, all day long. She needs cuddles. Oh, we're back. Don't worry.
Oh.
We're back. She doesn't go out. We have a cat outdoors that doesn't come in, and she's with the dog and the dog, and then this cat stays indoors, so she has no mates. Do you want the other cat inside? I don't want two cats in here. You want the other cat? She'll see your box, and then she won't want to go out. Or maybe I don't know. I don't want it. I hate change. What's going on? She won't let me stop cuddling her, or she'll squawk. She'll squawk. Oh. Move that up. All right. Nope, it's not working.
So, are you ready?
So I get no material for the live stream. It's very boring. Oh, 17 people just popped in. Awesome. That's very much awesome. So not a lot of chatters. Guys, you don't have to subscribe to chat. You can just chat if you like to. Say hello. Say hello so I can know. Give me something to separate fact from fiction. Give me a news narrative, and I'll tell you if it's fact or fiction. Television news is not being truthful, guys. They will even tell you that you're only getting truth here. You're not getting it online, because we heard that directly out of the WEF, which is not saying anything in your best interests. When you're not in the club, unless there's very few trolls wasting their time in live streams like this, other than to say that we're not giving you the truth. So tell me where we're incorrectly sorting fact from fiction, guys. Tell me where the halftime show was ungodly for the Super Bowl. Now, Patrick Mahomes said, "Thank God." So he let us know, not in a Tim Tebow way, but he let us know that he believes in the Lord and what the Lord is doing. So, Jay, happy Valentine's, marry me. Thank you. Filipinos, they spend more than one day celebrating holidays. It's like, okay, Valentine's Day was yesterday, but Norma said Happy Valentine's Day to me today, because we were out yesterday. We were at the LTO most of the day, and at about 2 o'clock, one of the women said to me, because I was already done with Windows 7, but she called me back to say that I failed. And I went, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "Can I talk to your wife?" And so I brought Norma over, and she said the same thing. So Norma was talking to her for a little while and said, "Well, we're here today. I just missed it yesterday, on the 13th, because I didn't study. And then on the 14th, I passed it with flying colors. So, and I studied 100 questions, and the test started with questions that weren't in the practice. So I don't know what was going on. It was almost like these questions are for students. So anyway, I did pass. So she said, "You didn't get a flower either." She said, "Walang something." I forget exactly how she said it. "Walang bulaklak," and I said, "No, I didn't get a flower." So she gave me a flower, because they were passing out flowers for Valentine's Day, and I was there the whole day and I didn't get a flower. But Norma got a Valentine's from the director. I guess he was the director. He gave her a Valentine, like a heart, a little thing. It wasn't. And then she got something else, and then I ended up getting. Then they gave me a flower, and I gave that to her also. So it was awesome. Thanks, Mary Me. Thank you. Thank you so much. So not everyone's chatting that's here. It's awesome. Thanks for coming in. Give me something that you've heard or seen on TV, and we'll sort fact from fiction. Because the WEF is telling us, no, you have to listen to news because they're the only ones telling you the truth. The internet's screwing you up with fiction. So, and then every once in a while, if you talk about this, YouTube will put a connection or link to something else that you talked about, and to give you more information. And not everything they're saying is coming from entities that are being fully truthful, like the United Nations. They're not completely truthful. No, there's a bunch of facts that they'll give you, but they'll tell you to do something that's ungodly, and then that would be against the first truth, which makes it fake news. I don't know if you can describe it that way. It's not fake. It's not fake news to tell you that we need to wear masks. Oh yes, it is. Wearing face masks are not. It's unnecessary. It's all part of the big lie. You do not need. It kills me when I see a student that's between first grade and 10th grade or 12th grade wearing face masks. It's unnecessary. And babies, little kids, 3, 4, 5 years old, that's unnecessary for them to wear face masks. I saw a woman in her late 20s. She's one of our nieces, and she's wearing a face mask. And this was a few months ago. And I said, "Why are you still wearing a mask?" She goes, "I have a cold." It's unnecessary. you're gonna get the cold. I have a cold right now. And I usually get them like once a year. But I'm getting older. My colds are worse now because for whatever reason. I guess because I'm 67. I don't know, but I feel okay. But the face mask thing, the reason the face mask will hurt your immune system if you always have a face mask on. There's nothing to, you got to get some dirt. You got to breathe in dirt, and you got to get dirt on your skin, and you got to breathe the air and keep your immune system strong. That's what they're doing. Is if people wear masks all their lives, they won't be healthy. It's like the boy in the bubble. He had to come out of the bubble. You can't just keep germs away from you, because then you won't be able to fight any germs, right? So you gotta rub some dirt on it. It's like when a kid falls down and scrapes his knee, rub some dirt on it. That'll stop the bleeding. That is true. But that'll create scars too. So you gotta be careful. I have an old scar. Well, I mean, 55 years later, it's like, okay, you can barely see it. We all have marks on our skin. Hopefully, we don't get the facial cuts. That's too bad if we have that. You don't want to get into that trouble where you get a knife cut to the face. They don't want that. You don't want that. What else do I have? I got a message. Oh, nope, we don't want that. I don't know. Someone wants me to join his live stream, but he refuses to put the link there. So, I'm not going to go find you. You're unsearchable. Well, it's hard to search you. It's hard to search everybody. You're going to give me the link, or it's the fastest way to get somebody to come to your live stream and give you a thumbs up. The only people I send that to is if I want them to come up here, I'll give them the link that way to come up and be my co-host. I guess my guys were busy today; they couldn't come up. And Norma's doing something. I'm trying to remember what she told me yesterday. She goes, "I got to do this." I said, "You didn't tell me. When did you tell me?" When I was I was busy. My boss was like that. She'd say, "I told you. I walked by and told you," and I went, "I was busy. I didn't hear you." You gotta. And then I had another boss. Well, there was an email. When? Oh, sometime a couple weeks ago. Oh, okay. It was between 2 and 4 weeks ago. Oh, I missed it. So, not allowed to miss emails, Daniel Channel. If you're a hotel controller, you're not allowed to miss. You get 40 a day average. So some days are 60. Those are hectic days. So 40 times 7, 40 times 5 is 200. So minimum 200 emails per week. If you miss one, you're screwed. Because we're not talking about junk. Because the company can filter out the junk email. There's no junk email. They don't have junk or spam or whatever it is. Oh, you got to go back. What do I want? I want a Filipino song, I guess. Or I'll do that one. Oh, we'll do that one. Coffee comes out of your coffee.
Until I went from 184 to 123.
No, that's what I did. No, I didn't go that way. All right, I'll be back. 90 seconds, 60 seconds. Good friends we have. Good friends we have lost along the way. Yeah, in this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your eyes, I say. And no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. I say, oh little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Strong minds, truly lovers. Make a love shout out. Mary May still here. Awesome. Daniel Channel. Thank you guys. And then Georgie would make the firelights as he was logwood burning through the nights. Yeah. Then we would cook cornmeal porridge. I say which I'll share with you. Yeah. My feet is my only carriage. And so I've got to push on through. But while I'm gone, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Oh, my little sister, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. All right, we'll do a short version of that. So that's a very long song. That's 5.5 minutes. We'll cut that right there. Awesome, right, guys? Thank you for coming in, everybody. Thank you, PT. Thanks for hanging out. Strong Minds, Jewelry Lovers. I think I gave a shout out to you. Marry Me's here. Awesome. Marry me. I always say marry me. Although I'm married, I'm just playing. I'm married. I'm very happy with Norma. If you were here a few minutes ago, she stopped by to say hi to everybody. Pretty Norma. Norma's not perfect. But she's perfect for me. She's my wife, and I'm happy to say that we are making it the best we can, guys, and we're doing okay. Everything is good. There's no reason to leave Norma just to have, there's this mindset among men that they're gonna like, they're gonna date somebody for a little while and have sex with her and then dump her for a younger version or another girl that's also younger than they are, and they're gonna play that game. It's narcissistic. It's actually psychopathic. The dating game. I'm gonna be careful what I say in the comments, though. I'm doing videos, about dating and the dating scene and all this stuff. It's all nonsense. I get it. Edward Blackbeard's here. Awesome. Thanks, Edward. One of my nephews. Awesome. He's almost my age, though. He's a grown man right there. So, but I gotta be careful. I say, guys, stop chasing women. But I gotta be when they make these videos, I gotta be careful because they could report it as being unfriendly, and then YouTube will take care of me. YouTube will ruin my life, as my channel. They'll remove my comments. They'll take away my rights to make comments. It's such a baby game. They sent me a message because I reported someone for sexual content. She showed her naked ass twice in the video. It was a short, 55 seconds. She showed her ass for 10 seconds and then another. I didn't exactly count it, but I think it was like 3 to 5 seconds at the end again. And it's got 40 million views because that's what men want. Men want that men want nudity on girls, and and stuff like that, and something that looks like pain or failure. They want that too. They want shocking. Now there's a rule against shocking. You can't have shocking stuff, but they allow it. So what did I say? I had this memorized too, but it's not memorized because I don't use it. It's oh, my mind just went blank. So fear, curiosity, and desire is what you got to do on YouTube. So desire, I guess, men are half the population, so almost all men, most men are desiring some form of nudity or something on a woman. If you have a woman in her 20s with a smile and she's good looking, you'll get 1 million views or more. That's the name of the game. And men like will make comments. I love this. This is so wonderful. Yeah, how's your girlfriend doing? Oh, she doesn't exist. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm drinking much more water less coffee, more water these. And now we get the lemon and ginger water very hot. I can't drink it, right? It's not helping me. It's too hot. I can't drink it. So I will drink my room temperature water. Water. That's how a Filipino says water. To me, to a New Englander or an American, it's water. To a Filipino, it's water. It's too big. The water is too big. The water cup is too big. Oh, wait, wrong. There we go. It's a Starbucks. Oh, that's not too bad, but there's a little bit of sugar in there. I think it's raw sugar. It's a mixture. It's a ginger turmeric tea or something like that with lemon and ginger, and I think there's a little bit of raw sugar in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to read the label. Edward Black Bear, what's going on, Edward? We are live. We're in the shorts format. We tend to get now we get some people watching. That's awesome. So ask a question and I will sort fact from fiction. Now, not just trivia questions, but I guess that would work too. But especially if it's something you've seen or heard on TV in the news regarding society, today's whatever's going on in society, we can sort whether it's Black Lives Matter or transgenderism or wokeness, all this stuff. We'll sort fact from fiction. And we have a foolproof way of doing it, guys. But you gotta get me started. I can't just create it myself. I suppose I could, but I didn't prepare. We're in hour number. We're almost complete with 2 hours. So let's see. The view count is low. I don't know how we're going to get it up there unless we. Am I ready to eat? You want me to quit the live stream? We still haven't had the blisters of viewers, but maybe we can do something and push that up. I don't know. I'm going to try to find the converter to see if I can see if I can connect the sound card and then we can change the way this sounds. I'm going to play that over to see how that sounded, but I haven't been able to do that. They lost one of my second previous live stream. It was lost. They saved 10 minutes, and it really most of the 4 hours is gone. And someone said, well, maybe there was a report. A report would have sent me a warning. There would have been a strike or something, but that didn't happen. They just said it's updating, and then my phone said that the updating timed out and that it needs the HD update failed. It's just in SD, but most of the 4 hours and 4 minutes is gone, and they couldn't. Google couldn't explain that to me. I asked the Google, Beast of Desert is back. I Can't sleep. I'm eating cereal, 2 ice cream, and 1 cup of coffee. It's 11 at night. It's 10:30 to be exact. So you get work in the morning. What do you do for work? Lee Sung Soon's here. Awesome. Good to see you. Nice to meet you, everyone. High five. Happy together. Awesome. Lee Sung Soon from South Korea, I guess. Giving us his link. So check it out, guys, if you're not already connected. Lee Sung Soon is looking for help. Subscribers don't watch videos, guys. You're getting subscribers this way will only help you a little bit. I don't work, so enjoy the coffee. I get a lemon, turmeric, lemon, and ginger going on here. Hot, warm. I get this cold that won't go away. I don't know. It's lingering, a lingering cold. Famous in the east because it doesn't get cold here, but it's not as hot. So for some reason, for some strange reason, maybe it's because I'm older. Oh, I get a message from my wife. Oh, it's to a small group that she's advertising my live stream. I used to work at Walgreens. What's wrong? What happened there? Are you retired? I'm just retired. I quit. I could have kept my job for indefinitely until I couldn't really do a good job anymore. But I was getting tired. The busiest people get the most things thrown at them. The busier you are that you're able to do, they'll give you more. They'll just keep giving you more. So my boss gave me practically everything to do. Even when I'm up against the deadline, I would get something else thrown at me. But there's a thing in hotels. Hotels never close, so they want to have a manager on duty, sleep in the hotel for the entire weekend, and be on engaged to be on call. So it could be 2 a.m. If there's a situation, I got to get up. So I said, well, wait a minute. I'm here I get up at 5 every day. So and then I arrive at 9 because I don't live near the hotel and traffic it's hard. So I get here at around 9 o'clock. So then at 5 o'clock on a Friday, I gotta be engaged to work around the clock until Sunday. It's like it got too much for me. So when they reported that they were going to continue doing that, I said, no, I'm quitting. I'm not doing that. So I just said, and then I was already doing my budgets to see how I could make it. And I thought I can make it when I come here. You know, I also budgeted in a cost of living, but what I really needed to budget in was cost of banking, because banks are crooks. They're taking your money, especially because there's charges for foreign credit card use. There's charges for that because the banks are a part of this new world order, and they're taking your money. They don't pay you to give them your money. They're charging you for service, and they're telling you that the service is worth it. But you need a bank to get your money from wherever it's coming from. You need banks to do that. Beast of Desert, did you tell me how much you weigh? I forget how much you said. I'm not going to take a guess because I'm going to guess you're ultra skinny. Ultra skinny, I'm going to guess. Not fat. Anybody out there, if the book says you're overweight, you're in trouble in your health. It's your health, because the medical profession is useless. They're not helping you. You weigh 300. So you need to change that. I would suggest eliminating sugar, which includes spaghetti and pizza. That's sugar. So I'm trying to educate my wife on what is starch, what is sugar. People don't understand catabolic food and starches. So, and then they think it's delicious. I've got a sister that can't give it up either. It's gonna kill you. No, I'll just be happy for a few more years if I can stretch it out, and then I can't quit. You can. The problem is you don't want to. You gotta create an awareness of that and say that you gotta look at it as not being good. Your pizza, your spaghetti, pasta, um, too much potatoes and yams and sweet potatoes, all those types of those root vegetables can be good for you, but it can't be a main staple. That's the problem. And then obviously shaving the skin off potatoes and stripping them and making them into French fries, that's no good for you. So all that, you gotta understand that. That stuff's no good. So we're kind of getting used to eating that. Because it tastes so good. It's okay while I'm still alive. I'm 90%. So you just gotta get away from the starch food and the sugars. It's all related. Ice cream and bread is your body thinks it's the same thing. Your brain may think it's different, but your body thinks otherwise. You gotta meats. No, you gotta separate processed meats from natural meat. Natural meat would be kill a chicken, cook it, and eat it. But what we do is we cook chicken in grease, so that's a problem because you're getting all that in, you're getting all that trans fat in your body. You don't want that either. So it tastes delicious, but you got to keep that to a minimum and just eat real food. Chicken can be good for you if you cook it the right way. Burn off all that fat and stuff. Because I love dark meat. Girls just came back from Egypt. What? How was that? From Egypt, huh? I got an Egypt flag in my backyard. I got Egypt and USA because we have ties to both. It's a former tie. The tie to Egypt is over, but we just have the flag. It's not my tie. It's somebody worked for an Egyptian company, I guess, just by land. The land arrangement from the corporate office, I guess, was in Egypt. That's all I'm saying. It was an energy company, I guess. That's all I can say because that's all I know. So there's jobs there. So enjoy the stream from. Oh, they're still watching my previous live stream. That's awesome. They'll they won't watch the whole thing. They're just making comments. Support. That's what support does. So, but you want people to watch your videos, guys, and you got to make videos to do that. Find something to work on and do it, and just do it. I never knew that jeepneys would be my niche. I didn't know that because I was doing all sorts of things, and I said, honey, I get a couple of jeepney videos, and they get a lot of views, so I'm just gonna keep doing video. That was over a year ago, and I just kept doing it because they keep getting views. Now I know Jack is making comments like, I'm sick of videos, jeepney videos, and I said, well, they're not all for you. You might watch one here and one there, but the reason I keep doing them is because they're getting views, and that's my niche. That's what I gotta do. Now, if that comes to an end, then I gotta find something else. So I do other things too, but I don't. That's not my main focus. Everyone loves all their content. What was that? Oh, I get Messenger. No, that was volume. So why? It's not Messenger unless someone put a heart somewhere. So why is my volume on? My volume is on. Why is that? Oh, I paused the video, but my volume was on. How can I support you better, Jay? I hope it's not too much food because there's no room. Just one thing, and just one little thing, maybe a piece of pizza or something. Do you remember Anne's exclusive? It's now Anpanai in SK, South Korea. She said she left a comment saying that she saw us at LTO on the 13th.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember. No, I went to one of her videos and I saw her, but I didn't know it was her, and she didn't say anything to me. So she must have been busy or something. Because I think everybody had. There's too much food here. Everyone there had something on their mind.
Boys, you didn't say anything.
I don't know. She's shy. I know she's shy, but
What's going on with her dress? The blouse.
I'll show you in a second. I don't know what she was wearing. I can't remember. I remember seeing this person, but that's her. I saw that person. I don't know what she was wearing. She wasn't wearing that, but she was there. I didn't really think anything of it, but I just because
She wearing white?
They weren't. I can't remember what she was wearing.
I think she's
But
wearing white.
I was wearing that face. I mean, I remember that face because there was only a couple of people that looked like that, so there wasn't really very many people that looked like
I
her.
think she's wearing white with
But that was her.
the guy.
So
She's with the guy.
we had a heart-shaped note. Oh, I don't know who she was with. I can't remember. I just remember seeing her. That's all. It was vague. I don't because I wasn't staring at her.
Okay.
So we got a heart-shaped pizza yesterday. It was like
Careful.
I did a video. Bub. Too much food. Too much food. Filipinos, they don't just give you a bite to eat. They always give too much food. It's like if you're invited to a Filipino's house and you know there's going to be food, you got to do two things. There's always like 6 or 7 pans of food or more, and you have to try everything, or you have to try at least half of it. Right, Norma? And then you have to stay. You can't just leave. I know. 'Cause there might have been something on her mind, honey. I don't know. She may have been nervous like me. I was nervous because I had to listen for my name to get called over and over. But I was also nervous because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what I needed to do next, so I had to keep waiting for them to call my name. Beast of Desert, your brothers rode on camels. I don't think I ever rode a camel. I mean, I rode a horse, and I think I even rode a pony. But a few horses, not too many, because I wasn't exposed really on a farm to horses. So just a couple of times I was on a horse. So I'm enjoying this pizza. Pizza always tastes better the second time. That's how you know it wasn't great, Noma. But it always tastes better this time. There was no reason for us to be stressed yesterday. We were okay, but just a long day. It just made us tired. Because we're old.
You're not old. Who said that old?
Me, I'm almost 100. Norma's like, we're not old. Why are you saying that? For 20 years, I've been telling people I'm almost 100. So I forgot to empty the reservoir. It's getting full. Oh, no, it's not. I don't think the aircon's on. I feel some kind of air, but I don't think it's on aircon. They went on horses, donkeys, and llamas and camel. Oh, that's the whole shebang. I rode a camel, an elephant, and a lion before. I never rode a lion. Wait a minute. I can't remember riding an elephant. Did I ride it? I have to think about that. So, Beast of Desert, were you born in the Middle East or you just take trips there? Francia Dominica's here. Awesome. Hi, Francia. I'm eating pizza. There's chicken over there, there's a salad, and there's pizza. So, if you want to stop by, we got food. We got food. But Norma usually makes all the dishes, except last night we had fast food. So Norma made the salad, but the pizza and chicken was delivered. Actually, I went to pick up the chicken, and the pizza was delivered. Honey,
Yes.
the pizza, the chicken was better than you thought, right? Yeah, I thought it was going to suck, but it was good. Because we got 4 pieces for the price of a bucket. And I thought, that's not a good deal. But then when I got it home and we looked at it, I went, wait a minute, that's tasty. Among in the cell is tasty chicken, but it's very good. It was like no bone. They took the bone out, except there's a little wing on the edge, but there's a lot of meat there for the price. And not bad and tasty, very tasty. Yeah, Beast, you said that, but you're born in the U.S. It was a good deal. I wasn't sure. I rode a lion and an elephant in South Africa. Then I rode a camel in Egypt. Awesome. So Egypt's also an African country. So that's very much awesome. So I can only do what is around me. The only animals I rode was I don't remember riding I rode horses. That's it. No, I rode a horse in the U.S. and in the Philippines. There's Sam's Chronicles. Good eye, Mike. Thank you for saying hello, Jay. I'm glad you stopped in. How's your day so far? This is very much food. Very much all the water and coffee is coming out of me. I don't know what to say. I rode my shoes too. That means you're jogging your feet on the ride. Thanks, Sam. It's awesome. So I went so long without going to take a pee, but now all of a sudden I got to go again. I'm like more often because it's cycling. My kidneys are weak. They're not weak. They're perishing. Clear water won't make you go as often as like if you drink coffee. So I guess the coffee's coming out of me now. Wait, I can't see the last chat. For some reason, no, not doing that. Not doing that. Let's see. I don't. There's certain truths in the world that I want to criticize. What you are and how you're living your life is not the most critical thing that I can say, but except for that, if you don't make, and this goes for everyone, not just gay people. Because a lot of people think, well, I was born Catholic and I was baptized when I was 5 days old, so therefore I'm all set. God will save me. It doesn't work that way. The Bible says otherwise. So those people need to be prayed for. We need to pray for their salvation, but also that goes for everyone, including me. I need to pray for my own salvation, and that's what I'm working on. Making myself better today than I was yesterday. That's the meaning of my life now. There's a handbook to life. It's called the Holy Bible. How many of you knew that you not only have to believe and have faith in Jesus, but you also have to repent from sin and sin no more? Do I support Israel? Well, I'm not going to make a blank statement that I support this or that. So now, the things everyone does is taken one at a time. But I pray that Israel is saved and will do the right thing. How's that sound? I believe that Israel is the promised land for Jews. I just realized I have a salad here. I mentioned it, but I wasn't really thinking. I'm going to eat my salad, honey. It's like I'm an American. And America thinks that they're the home of the free. That's no longer true. And that they also think that they're more free than anyone else. That's also not true. But the party in charge of America are doing everything to ruin that and to take it away. That's my opinion. So I pray that that can stop happening and that we can sort fact from fiction, which is a lot of people think Donald Trump is the enemy, and that's not true. Or that he's a racist, that's also not true. Now, is he going to support ungodly people that are not his skin color? Of course not. But he's also not supporting white people that are ungodly. It's not just a black and white issue. Like, wait, honey. Lost my train of thought. There are two kinds of people, godly and ungodly, saved and unsaved. Now, I pray every day that God will save me because I have the fear of God. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm saved. If you're Catholic saying you're saved because you grew up Catholic or you were born Catholic and you were baptized by a minister at the age of 0, I feel sorry for you and I will pray for you. Joe Biden's a liar. Joe Biden says 2 things. You can't do that. I support Israel. Okay, here comes the bomb. You don't know what you're getting with Joe Biden. He'll say one thing and do another. Donald Trump is fighting for your rights. I will tell you that right now. But you got to believe in Jesus and sin no more, guys. I'll be right back. I don't know why this is happening, Norma. I'll be right back. Pakinggan mo ang aking sigaw. Sa dilaw na buwan. Ang iyong See you later, big piece of business. Pakinggan mo ang aking sigaw. See you later, bro. Sa dilaw na buwan. Sa ilalim ng puting ilaw. Sa dilaw na buwan. Pakinggan mo ang aking sigaw. Sa dilaw na buwan. Thank you, Beast of Desert. Thanks for coming into chat. I still have that cough. I've always had that, I guess. I don't know. Pump myself more with juice and good bright food, I guess, and I'll be okay. It's the starches that I'm eating. Featuring pizza today. I'm still hooked on starch, guys. The Filipino diet is high in starch. And delicious. So we're approaching the 3-hour mark, right? I guess. I want to check Nightbot, see how the top chatter is. The Nightbot works in 7-day periods, so I'm not sure. Oh yeah, how long has it been? It's been February 10th we were live, so today's the, oh, we were live 5 days ago. Okay, so not that many chats today. Not that many chats today. Part of my mix fell off. Yeah, I had to go to CR, so I think we're just doing another. I don't know why that's so silent. Maybe because I'm not speaking loudly. I don't know. We will see. Huh? Oh no, I can't. I can't eat that fast. I gotta talk. I got to talk. So, yeah, we're only 2 hours. We're almost 3 hours in, guys. 2.5 hours. It's 2.5 hours. Wait, where do I look? Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I can't stop this cough. I had this cough before, honey, when I was younger. I don't know what to do. I need to do something different to get YouTube to push me out there. That's what I'm going to do. And I can't do it if I disagree with their politics, which is stupid because we're sorting fact from fiction and they don't like it. What's that? Oh, it falls off because it's not the same one. The windscreen, I keep losing it. I don't know how she found it over there. So it's the mukbang hour. I'm still enjoying that food. When Norma brings food, it's like everything on the plate. Everything. Too much food. Pizza, salad, and chicken. Why did that? I don't know how that happened. It's a chewy pizza. Honey, the pizza tastes better today than yesterday. After putting it in the toaster oven, it tastes better than fresh. Or maybe it's because I feel like having pizza. I don't know. The first meal of the day, I guess, tastes better. Tastes better than the last meal. We eat twice a day. Oh, B said it. I saw something fall off. Yeah, the windscreen on the mic. So you did see it. Mr. Cartoonist is here. Awesome. Hello. Mega little shout out. That's one thing we weren't talking about. We weren't talking about your situation. But sorting fact from fiction, mostly what you see on TV, what's fact and what's fiction. What they do is they take a truth and then they give you a bunch. They give you a bunch of nonsense to go with it, and then a narrative comes from that, or a piece of nonsense and then a bunch of facts, and then a narrative, and it ain't true. I'm sure many of you don't feel like watching me eat. I don't see as many mukbang videos, maybe because I'm not looking for them. But I never wanted to really see a long one, like 10, 12, 15 minutes of somebody eating. Like, I just came back from Wendy's. They got the new, boneless rib, and we're going to see how good this is. And then it's just one big long video. I don't really want to watch all that, but maybe on a live stream.
Huh?
No, I've had enough of that. You can heat that up a little bit, not too hot. Don't fill it up. I got enough fluid, honey. So, Mr. Cartoonist, the way I know that you're your nemesis is lying is because the things he says don't line up with the truth, the first truth of he's a Satan follower, so he's not following God. That's how I know that it's all BS. The truth is not in him. That's how you know, guys. God, the Holy Spirit, will help you discern. They'll give you a little bit of wisdom and help you discern fact from fiction. If you can figure, well, this doesn't agree with the Word of God, therefore, it's false. I had to be done with that salad, so that's why I was looking down. I got a good meal. It'll give me some energy in a few seconds. Okay. I got plenty of fluid. There's Norma. Smile, Norma. That's what I'm talking about, guys. You got to smile on TV. You can't just okay, they didn't see me. Did I hear Jay? Russia wants to launch nuclear weapons. Now, there's a lot of YouTube channels saying, and many of them are scripture based, Bible based, that the end is near, guys. Get your life right with God. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. But you know what? Tucker Carlson talked to Putin, and all the television networks are telling you that Tucker, including Hillary Clinton, are telling you that Tucker Carlson's just a know-nothing little weak person. It's really bad how bad Hillary Clinton is. You're not hearing that in the American news. They won't tell you. The American news is lying to everyone. And the biggest lie is the omission of truth or the omission of fact. I wouldn't be surprised if America wanted to launch nuclear weapons. But it's not my America. It's the stupid people running the government. Sam's in Australia and Mr. Cartoonist is in the USA. So I suggest that Americans are not told anything. Because I'm in the Philippines. I get Russian movies and I get Chinese movies. The problem with China, I saw a video where they received a case of Bibles, a big box of Bibles. I don't know how many were in there, maybe 50. And they were all so happy. But then they hushed up. They went, shh, quiet. No one must know that we have Bibles. So the government is the problem. I don't know how recently, but about 2 years ago, the Chinese government arrested many journalists in Hong Kong, and we haven't heard from them. And what they did was they ruined the offices and stuff like that. They just smashed everything. So we have the Chinese government working against the people. The North Korean government is they don't have any freedom either. None. They don't even have internet. They don't know anything that's going on outside of North Korea except for the people who get out. which are not very many. Not very many North Koreans getting out. They don't know what a free life is. They're living like stray cats and dogs. They've got to find their own food. But it's illegal to work outside of the government. In North Korea. Illegal to work outside of the government in North Korea. But you're on your own to find food. I don't really know much about that. I didn't really memorize that. Mr. Cartoonist, it's hard to get real news in America. You're not getting real news unless you're using the internet. And then you got to be careful. You got to be careful. There is room for one up here. I do have the link for one person up here if you want to come up. It should still work. I don't know if it gets shut off after I go live. That I don't know. I don't think Russia didn't make it enough. You got to say who said that about Russia, because Putin just had the interview with Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is still trying to sort out what that means, because and the people on the left in the U.S. they're so unreasonable. It's unbelievable. He doesn't know what he's doing. If you listen to Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton, you're crazy. Hillary Clinton will tell you that everyone's stupid and totally flawed. How did they get their money? They didn't sell anything. They stole everything, and they sold influence. To China and Russia. Any disinformation is coming out of Hillary Clinton. Because she's un-American. She's a liar. Let's just put it that way. Ungodly. A liar. When all someone does is lie, you never know what's going to come out of their mouth. It's kind of sad, really. It's sad. I should pull up some videos with her in it. Yeah, they're trying to scare you into a falsehood so that you'll do what they tell you to do. If you tell people they're in danger, they'll listen to your advice on how to get out of it. Never let someone tell you how to get out of danger that put you in danger. I'm putting you in danger, and now I'm going to tell you how to get out of danger. Don't listen to them. The government created COVID. And the government, people who work in the government created COVID. It wasn't official government acts. If anyone finds out, I'll swear I knew nothing. You always see that in the movies. We're not connected, I'll swear. You always see that in the quiet parts where they're having a conversation. They're meeting next to a river on a bench. I'll deny all knowledge of this if you get caught. I'll help you, but if you get caught, I'll deny everything. I'll no longer help you. That's pretty much what everybody does, right? So, screw that. You're on your own. The thing is that everyone expects Russia to launch nuclear weapons. America has no business sending weapons to Ukraine. BlackRock is involved in the rebuilding of Ukraine in a Western style state, city, whatever you want to call it, and they're getting ready to start Western businesses. But they need the war to end for that. But they're already boots on the ground. That's what they're trying to do. The reason for war in the first place is because of labs. There are biolabs in Ukraine that certain people need to get their hands on and keep control of. That's what, and they're trying to tell you that Russia is the enemy. There's no reason for Russia to be the enemy. And they're trying, Putin, bad guy. Joe Biden, good guy, nice guy. That's not true. YouTube had a rule. You can't talk about Ukraine as being the enemy. Why is that? The first thing that I thought of was that it's because they're the enemy. It's not because there's something good has gone on. Why can't YouTube and Google figure out that the people that are not on their side are not going to believe them? Because you have a problem with the first truth. You don't believe in God. So for those of you who don't believe in God, I'm going to ask you a question. Because you didn't get here. Millions of years didn't write your DNA on a piece of paper. How do you think you got here? The reason we can't recreate life is because we can't write information on a piece of DNA, which would be a living thing. DNA itself is a living thing. How do you think that happened? Richard Dawkins. I don't believe anything I can't see or measure. Oh, so you're so smart. Doesn't anyone in the world think that there are things they don't understand? There are things Richard Dawkins doesn't understand. He comes across as somebody that doesn't understand stuff. This is not Kentucky Fried Chicken, but it's finger licking good. Who wants to see sunshine? Check it out. There it is coming in the window. That's just one window. That's just with the way the camera is facing. Jay, in case you were wondering where that was, we're pointed a little bit away from that right now. What else have I got? The Super Bowl halftime show was ungodly. Usher is a washed up artist. He did the same thing that he did 20 years ago, or 10 years ago. It wasn't really a very wonderful song. Look at me, I'm dancing. I've seen better dancing, stage footwork, stuff that we've always seen on stage. I don't know what's going on with that aircon, but it's not running cold air. I don't know why. What do we got here? It's sit on low cool, but what can we do to recycle that? If I shut that off, I'll have to wait. No, I gotta wait. Norma, I'm gonna need the fan. I shut the aircon off for. I want to because I want to recycle it. 10 minutes. What time is it? It is 12:22. It's gonna be off for 10 minutes. So
Yes, dear.
that's just out of the reach of my wires. If I go back there, I might not reach it, and then I'll have to unplug. So see, the thing is, the government's trying to scare everyone, but they don't know what to do other than to perpetuate this false narrative based on the first lie, the first untruth. They don't believe in God, and then there's a big long circle of narratives that have to go out there to run everyone's life, which makes no sense. Because you do one thing and then you do another thing and then you do another thing. All this stupid woke stuff. It doesn't make sense. That's why they're so upset when they hear facts and someone blowing their argument out of the water. They don't like it because some of them, many of them are enrolled in colleges that don't care about real true science, and then they'll tell you to look at the science. Look at the science, which isn't true. Evolution. With evolutionary biology, every generation creates errors in the genes. I don't know why that is, but it's true. So how does something evolve up and get better if true evolution evolves down? Like poodles and chihuahuas come from wolves. Wolves don't come from poodles and chihuahuas. Why is that? That's a perfect example. The dog line, the dog family. All dogs are kind. They're all come from the wolf. What kind of a dog is that? That's a chihuahua. It comes from the wolf. Like the generations go down. It doesn't go from a chihuahua won't have a wolf, but a chihuahua might have a German shepherd. So they evolve downward. Things evolve over the years, over the generations. They evolve downwards. Errors happen in the genes, and then you don't have the wolf anymore. So little bonobos monkeys don't come out of people. People are kind. Monkeys are kind. There's no fossil record of that. There's no in between. Years ago, someone said, "Don't you believe Dolly's true?" No, that was fake. But they want you to think it's true so they can create a reality out of their fake narrative. It's true. How long are we going to go thinking that something is true that isn't true? How long is a lie going to stay on top? It's taken me a long time to eat this meal because I'm not really in a rush to eat it. I don't like talking with my mouth full. It's terrible. I apologize if this is a bad look. What is that button for? Let's find out. What? Oh, saving highlights. I don't know what makes that work. Hope that's not the reason for my screwed up live stream. That would not be fair. That I can just touch the phone and screw up the final recording. I don't know what caused that. There was almost 4 hours lost from last week from one of my live streams. There was a good live stream too. They said I get to keep my views. So what does that mean? They knew I would get to keep my views, but they don't know what happened to the live stream. They were asking me if I edited it and then that would have cut it out. But I didn't do that because it would have asked me if I want to save this forever, and it would have warned me. So I didn't make that mistake. It would have said, "Are you sure you want to cut this? This will be lost forever." Because that's what happens when you go in and delete an entire video, whether it's a live or a short. It will tell you that it's going to be lost forever. So why would I have done that and not remember? It would have been the same day. All right, we'll go 3 hours, I guess, guys, and because I'm out of material. I don't know. I'm tired. We got the driver license for 5 years. I thought it was going to be 10, but it's 5. This was not as lively. I wonder why. Maybe somebody else was live. Maybe. I'm not sure. 487. That's better than 187. But anyway, it's a little less than 1,000. Could stay live for another hour and see what happens. But I don't want to go 4 hours just for the sake of finding out how many views I can get. I'm going to end it. I'm hot. It's been a busy week. I'm going to say goodbye, guys. 2 more minutes. I'll go into 3 hours, and then I'll say goodbye. How does that sound? Sam's in the background. Thanks, Sam, for coming in. Thank you, guys. A few of you are still here. It's my fault. I didn't give you enough. Kansas City Chiefs are the champs. When San Francisco led 10-0, there's no excuse for losing that lead. Although it's not it's only 2 scores, but you have a 10-point lead. There's no excuse for losing. And no team is the same from one year to the next. So you can't say it's the same Kansas City, even though they won back-to-back. There are some changes, maybe not a lot, but it's hard to stay exactly the same. But you have enough people that seem to know what to do. When they win, you can't say they didn't know what to do, right? We won. What do you mean we don't know what we're doing? But then again, sometimes winning is an accident. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to do certain things a certain way to win. Norma's fine. She's had to do an errand, so she said hello twice. She came onto the camera twice to say hello with her pretty face, but it's pretty much me. I sent out the jacket to two busy people, so they couldn't come on. I never really got anyone to commit. It's hard. It's good to have someone that doesn't talk much to come in, but it does change the show. Obviously, whoever's up here will change the show. It creates a paradigm shift, right? So let's see. Okay, so we're past the 3rd hour. There's not much more to say because I'm kind of repeating myself. So hopefully the next show will be more lively, guys. I'm saying a lot because I'm out of things. I'm out of material. The comedian has run out of jokes. Could you imagine that, a comedian? I saw a comedian, he went on stage once, I was the DJ. I was the DJ at a comedy club. So after comedy, the DJ plays music and asks everybody to stay. And the headliner comes up there, and everybody's excited because they already saw 2 acts. The third act is coming up, and he's like, and it's a packed house, and he's looking around and he's smiling, and it's like, okay, once it quiets down, he's going to say something, but he didn't say anything. And he's looking around, and he's waiting for everyone to quiet down. And then finally, everyone quieted down a little bit enough, and he went, and I thought he was going to say something, and he went, and he smiled some more, and he kept doing that, like smiling and waiting, and then take a breath, and then nothing. And I thought, how long is he going to do this? And then finally, after like 5 or 10 minutes, he goes, how many of you thought I was just going to keep doing this? And then that alone was funny, I guess. And it's like, I can't believe how long he played on that. He was like, really? That was pretty much the show. I forget what he said after that. Nothing memorable, I guess. Yeah, I mean, he was an okay guy. He wasn't. It seemed like he knew the audience a little bit. I don't know. I had been there. I never saw him before, so I don't know. He was kind of half good and half. Where did that come from? So anyway, bye guys. I'm gonna go. Where's the X? Oh, it's on the other side now. See ya.